Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, today's video is another Commander Top 10, and today it is my human tribal deck, and today it is Sigarda, Champion of Light. For one green and 2 white, you get a 4/4 legendary creature angel with fly and trample, plus an anthem effect. Humans you control get +1/+1, and a coven effect, which is whenever Sigarda attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a human creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay, so this is just a highlight of humans in the deck that I use. This isn't the best ones, but it's the ones that I like to use in the deck. There is one enchantment in here and then one non-human creature as well. Drop a comment down below. Give a guess to what that non-human creature might be. So without further ado, we're gonna put Sigarda up here, up in the corner, and we're gonna get started here. Starting at a combined number 10, 2 cards at number 10. We have Soul Warden and Soul's Attendant. So they're both 1-drop white creatures that are 1/1s. Both are human cleric creatures, and both say whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. Well, Soul Warden says you gain 1 life, so you have to gain that life. Soul's Attendant says you may gain 1 life. So one gives you the option to gain life, the other one automatically gains you life. Both do the same thing in the deck though. Pieces that help you gain life. And for the most part, people kind of leave them alone because there's usually other threats on the board. So I really like these a lot. They fit the theme of the deck, which is humans, and they're both essentially do the same thing. So multiple options to do the same thing in the deck, always good. At number 9 for me today is Tauren's Fist of the Angels. So for 1, a green and a white, you get a 2/2 legendary creature human cleric with training. And whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 1/1 green and white human soldier creature token with training. If I'm right, I believe training is when you attack with a creature with more power than you gain a +1/+1 counter. I believe that's training. I know there's training and there's the other one as well that's lesser power. But yeah, this just so this deck's a lot of low cost creature spells. You're gonna play them a lot, and when you cast them, you create more humans, and they have training, and they can get out of hand pretty quickly. It's a really good card. It's in the same set, same kind of double set as Sigarda. Sigarda's from Midnight Hunt. Tauren's is from Crimson Vow, but same plane, same block. Really fun card to use in this deck, and it does work. It's a pretty good one. Usually generates a good amount of tokens if it's not removed instantly, and most people see it as a big enough threat to take it out instantly. So this is one of those things that's gonna draw a lot of removal spells and spot damage and exiling. But sometimes you gotta fish those out, and this normally does that for you. At number 8 is Court Street Denizen. A bit of a curveball here. For 2 and a white, you get a 2/2 human soldier. Whenever another white creature enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. And it just says when white creatures enter, so that could be your tokens, that could be other things such as Sigarda. If Sigarda's not out yet, it's a white creature as well. The tokens that Tauren's creates are green and white. We have other token creators too. They create green and white creatures. So this one just lets you tap things down if you're generating a lot of tokens. And this is on cast, so when you cast a creature, you're gonna get the creature coming in, which for the most part will probably be white in this deck. And then the token that generates, you get 2 tap downs. You can pretty much swing out at people. Really fun card. It can get out of hand quickly if you let it. But don't sleep on this one, Court Street Denizen. Alright, so it's 10, 9, 8. At number 7 today is Maja, Breath to Guard Protector. For 2 green and 2 white, you get a 2/3 legendary creature human warrior. Other creature you control get +1/+1, so has an anthem effect. And whenever it lands this battlefield under your control, create a 1/1 white human warrior creature token. So it builds off of Court Street Denizen. When it enters, when you play lands, you create a human. Those white humans, Court Street Denizen sees them, and you get to tap things down. Pretty fun card. Another token generated. Bit expensive. That's why it's not the commander of this deck. I like Sigarda a little bit more because of the flying trample, the anthem effect on that for humans. But still, pretty fun card. This isn't necessarily a landfall deck, even though we're in green. But I do like to have this card in there because it creates humans, and it itself is a human as well. At number 6, our only non-creature in this stack is this right here. Sanctuary Lockdown from Ikoria. It's 2 and a white for an enchantment. Humans you control get +1/+1. So Anthem effect. And you can pay 2, tap 2 untapped humans you control. Tap target creature and opponent control. So kind of the same as Core Street Denizen, which you're paying 2 mana, tap things down. You normally in this deck have a lot of stray human tokens. You can just use this, tap those down, tap things that you don't need up. And you can do this on other people's turns as well. So if you have things up because of summoning sickness, tap them down, tap their things down. Really fun card. It's a new ad. I hope to test it out pretty soon though. Okay, into our top 5 now. A couple of newer cards here that I've picked up recently. At number 5 is King Darien, the 58th, I want to say. XL V18. I want to say that's 58. I'm really not too sure. But King Darien, anyways. 1 a white and a green for a 2/3 legendary creature human soldier. Other creature control get +1/+1, so Anthem effect. Pretty common on humans. And you can pay 3 a green and white, put a +1/+1 counter on King Darien, and create a 1/1 white soldier creature token. And then you also have the added effect of sacrifice King Darien. Creature tokens you control gain hexproof and instructions within a turn. So as you see, we generate a lot of tokens in the deck. We generally want to protect those tokens. If they want to board wipe, you can just stack King Darien, protect all your tokens. You can make tokens on its way out as well, and it pumps your creatures. So we have just from here pumps from. Torrens has training, creates tokens with training. Maja gives a pump of +1/+1. Sanctuary Lockdown gives a pump of +1/+1. King Darien gives +1/+1. Sigarda gives +1/+1. A lot of anthems around the deck that are built into creatures and other things that we have, like enchantments and artifacts. So pretty fun deck. Can get those 1/1 humans up to 4/4, 5/5s pretty quickly. And this is one of those pieces that really helps out with that. At number 4. Defiler of Faith, a favorite of mine from Dominaria United. For 3 and 2 whites, you get a Phyrexian human 5/5 with Vigilance. As an additional cost to cast white permanent spells, you may pay 2 life. Those spells cost white less to cast, so 1 white if you pay it this way. If you pay life this way, this effect reduces only the amount of white mana you pay. Whenever you cast a white permanent spell, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, and that you don't have to use this effect to get that second effect either. So there's another thing that's just generating tokens, but it can help you along the way to kind of make up for any missed land drops. You can play this, and you can use it to turn down the cost of some of your things. You're gonna lose life, but you have things like Soul Warden, Soul's Attendant, those kinds of things to help you gain life back. This is a favorite of mine. It's a 5/5 Vigilance, makes tokens when you cast white permanents. Really good. I really enjoy using it. It's a favorite of mine. It's usually worked when I play it. You don't have any problems getting it down. Plus, if you have things like Maja, which is 5 mana, King Darien's 3, Torrens 3, but your commander's 4, this usually isn't out of range for your play. It's about the highest the curve goes, though, for my human deck. All right, at number 3, I have Mentor the Meek. For 2 and a white, you get a 2/2 human soldier. Whenever another creature with power 2 enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. It's not limited to once per turn. You can use the extra mana you get in green, and you can just draw cards off all the tokens that you're creating. It's pretty simple. It's why it's in the deck. Just generates card draw. Number 2, Mayor of Avabrook. So 1 and a green for a 1/1 human advisory werewolf. So it is a human, also a werewolf though. But its effect: other human creatures you control get +1/+1. So Anthem effect once again. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells are cast last turn, transform Mayor of Avabrook. Don't really use the night and day cycle, but most people like to keep track of it. This transforms to Howlpack Alpha. It gives an Anthem to werewolves and wolves. And at the beginning of your end step, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. And then it can transform back. For the most part, I like to keep it here on the human side. Very rarely does it transform. When it does, you just create more wolf tokens. But for the most part, we like to keep it on this side though. Really good card. I really enjoy having the anthems. As you can tell, a lot of anthems in this list. A lot of anthems to boost your creatures up. And at number 1, our only non-human creature in the deck is Angel of Glory's Rise. 5 and 2 white for a 4/6 angel with flying. Whenever Angel of Glory's Rise enters the battlefield, exile all zombies, then return all human creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. So still goes with the human tribal. If they're removing your stuff, you can get this down, and when it enters, you just get all your humans back. Funny thing, I won a game with this against a Maskwood Nexus deck where they made all their things, everything, so they were zombies. So this exiled all of their creatures because they were zombies, because they were under the effect of Maskwood Nexus. And this won me the game, brought back all my humans, and it was just such a clutch moment, such a big play at a pivotal point of a game. So this is a great favorite card of mine. It's a pet card, but it works in the deck because of the human tribal and the synergy of it. So I really enjoy it. It's a really good card for me. And yeah, Angel of Glory's Rise. Probably underrated, underutilized probably by a lot of people, but I really like it a lot. All right, just going over it one more time. Number 1 is Angel of Glory's Rise. 2 is Mirror of Averbrook. 3, Mentor the Meek. 4, Defiler of Faith. 5, King Darren. 6, Sanctuary Lockdown. 7, Maja Bretigard Protector. 8, Court Street Denizen. 9, Torn Fist of the Angels. And 10, the combined spot of Soul's Lieutenant and Soul Warden. Thank y'all for watching. This is the human themed deck here. A lot of humans, a lot of anthems. Let me know what y'all want to see. I have other humans in the deck as well. I have little support pieces. I really enjoy using this deck. It's a lot of fun. It's usually pretty quick, pretty fast deck. You get a lot of cheap humans down pretty quickly, pretty early in the game. But it might run out of steam late. So Sigarda is really key to the deck to kind of filter through your deck. Look at the top 4 cards, your library, those kinds of things. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment if you enjoyed this one. If you guessed the creature right, let me know down in the comments as well. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you aren't subscribed, and share the video as well. Really helps the channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.